Hello YouTube, what is up today guys? This is NonStop RC here, and today I'll be doing a NonStop's very first review video and very first RC car to the channel, the Traxxas Slash 4x4. Now the Traxxas Slash 4x4, some quick features about it, is obviously a short course truck. It is made by Traxxas. It is 4-wheel drive, and it has a center drive shaft. It does not have a belt. It is not belt driven. It has a center drive shaft and it features a slipper clutch. Also, it features Traxxas battery connectors. The other thing you'll see is it features BF Goodwrench all-terrain tires. These are actually the stock tread tires that are on the stock Slash 4x4. I just have some nice bead locks there instead of the ugly chrome wheels. Anyways, guys, well, let's get right into the review. So the first thing you'll see about the Slash 4x4 is these white springs right here. Now, if you are a racer, you're probably going to want to change those because they're actually quite very loose, especially in the front. Just pops down like way too easy, and that's definitely not good for racing. They're not too bad in the back, but Traxxas does that to make them look cool. But realistically, you guys are probably going to want to go to Low-C Springs and get yourself a just 4 Low-C Springs. You don't have to change the whole shock or anything else. Speaking on the shock subject, as you may know, these right here are Traxxas big bore shocks. Right here, if you'll see, they have titanium rods and they're made of steel. So I did this because they're honestly only like I think it was $44 or $46 they were from Hobbytown, USA for all 4 steel shocks. So I just got that, but you could spend like $5 or $10 and get the aluminum shock caps, because when driving, if you hit anything, the first thing it's going to blow is a shock cap. It's going to pop off, shock oil is going to go all over your car. So that's the next thing you're probably going to want to pick up, some aluminum shock caps, since the original shocks are made of nothing but plastic canisters. Anyways, after that, you're going to want to grab well, if you're a beginner, you're going to want to stick with the nickel metal, but I always recommend upgrading to a LiPo battery. LiPo batteries are definitely a lot better than nickel metal, arguably, in my opinion, and a lot of hobbyists will tell you that. Actually, I have a LiPo battery up here right now. This is a Gens Ace battery. It is a 5000 mAh LiPo, and it has 7.4 volts. The original battery it comes in is 8.4 volts. They have around the same top speed. I've noticed that LiPo batteries have more of a kick and more torque to them, and they last a whole lot longer, and they honestly, in my opinion, they last longer than nickel metal batteries, plain and simple. Now, people get Traxxas batteries. I will have a separate review video on that, but for right now, let's stick to the car. Now, you also notice that how I got bead locks. Well, the original tires that come with it are chrome, and the tread pattern, the tread is not good. Their tires are really crappy. The reason for this being is they're ready to run the car that's made to last. So the tires obviously be hard and crappy, but they last. But after a while of concrete driving, if you will, the tread goes off. So I consider getting probably some Proline trenchers. They're good all around. Or if you're specific to a terrain of sand, some Traxxas paddle tires, or whatever terrain that you usually drive on, get the tires specific to that in the 1/10 scale short course truck form. Then this truck comes with a TQI remote control, which is it's a very good remote control. It doesn't have very much tuning options, but I have noticed it has a tremendous amount of range. There is also a optional telemetry set, but that is very expensive, and I did not decide to get it. One more thing, you may be able to notice that by the front of this car, you'll be able to see it. These right here, these are RPM A-arms, and you'll also see these aluminum hubs I'll tell you about here in a minute. RPM is a very good product. They sell, obviously, they sell very thick plastic that lasts better. It's actually made of bulletproof plastic, like the vests are made out of, that police wear. and they have a lifetime warranty. No matter how you break them, they'll give you a brand new one for free. Also, you'll see those aluminum hubs right there, and those are there because the plastic ones, in my experience, wore out on me and like almost melted sometimes. So I consider getting some aluminum axle carriers all around. The next thing is this is more of a bashing video, so this is for people who bash their cars. And the definition of bashing, if you're new to RC, is basically playing around with your car. Now, I'll have another video on more of a racer's perspective on this car, but for right now, we're stick to the overall review. I love the motor system that comes in it. I believe that you don't need another motor systems. I do know the motor system out there, like Castle Creations. They have some homemade motors, and they're really good, but I just stick to the plain old Valenion brushless. Gives you plenty of power out of the box. With a 2S LiPo, I'm going 35 miles an hour for 15 to 54 tooth gearing, and I'm going 35, which is not super fast by RC standards, but is fast enough to soothe the fun, as you will. Then, if you are getting a LiPo battery, while we're on the subject, you'll notice that a lot of LiPo batteries, they have this thing called a Dean's connector. You'll have to buy a separate thing, and it is an adapter for a Dean's connector to fit the Traxxas connectors, which are these right here. Because you see that this Dean's connector will fit in there. I mean, the Traxxas adapter will make it fit, but the Dean's right here, they don't fit in there because they have like a T instead of a straight. So anyways, you're going to need to get some adapters like those. Other than that, this obviously has a high center of gravity, so big disadvantage when it comes to racing. But other than that, the truck has a super fast servo, and I'd recommend this truck to anybody on the earth that wants an RC car. If you haven't picked yourself up one, go to the store right now, blow $400 on the car. Speaking of that, the car is about $440 brand new. You can find it on eBay for as cheap as $350 or $300. But this car is very highly recommended by me and the rest of the crew on NonStop RC as our main RC car featuring in most of our videos. This car is very awesome just because it is so versatile. It has so many different shock options and tire customization that you can change it to whatever car you want. You could change it into a rock crawler. It wouldn't be a super good rock crawler, but it'd be a pretty good rock crawler. And you can basically change it to whatever you want. Very flexible car. Anyways, guys, that concludes the video. If I had to do it on a 5-star or a 1 through 5-star rating, I'd probably get it a 3.5. This is because, as you'll find in the Slash 4x4, it has some disadvantages to other short course trucks. It has the springs, as I said earlier, the aluminum hubs that you will have to get for it if you don't get a platinum. Also, you'll have to get aluminum shock caps to keep it going good. The tires are very crappy. There's these things against it, but overall it is a good truck and deserves its rating of 3.5 stars. It could probably go more toward a 4, but I'd have to do a 3.5 because a lot of disagreements will be on a 4. So guys, thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or want any more tutorial videos on RC cars, of course, then just comment down below and tell the NonStop RC crew. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the video and smash that bell notifications button to be and stay in tune for more videos.